Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Breaking news coming out of Troutdale, Oregon, where there's been yet another aviation incident involving an airplane falling from the sky. Small plane crashes into a row of townhomes in Fairview. I don't know if this plane was departing the Troutdale airport or coming in for a landing. Article over here at kgw.com shows a row of townhomes on fire. And over here at Google Earth, here's the airport where the plane was either coming in for a landing or just departing. And here's the row of townhomes that you just saw right here that the fire department was trying to get a handle on. The plane came down in this area. Unfortunately, there were 2 people on board the airplane, and right now, according to the article, there's 1 person that's not accounted for in one of those townhomes. But the article goes on to say a small plane crashed into a residential area near the Troutdale Airport Saturday morning, striking a power pole and then hitting a row of townhomes, setting multiple units ablaze. And if you look at the power outage event in Oregon, it is consistent with the incident that just occurred a few hours ago. You can see 15,175 customers without power near the Portland area. And if you look on Google Earth, this location is just east of Portland, and the widespread power outages are just north of Portland, consistent with where the airplane just came down out of the sky. I also saw today where there were 2 more helicopter incidents in the last 48 hours. This makes a 3rd incident in the last 48 hours. And this is something that we've been following the last couple of months. It seems like there's been an uptick in aviation incidents involving small aircraft and helicopters. So once again, a small plane crashes into a row of townhomes just outside of Portland in Troutdale, Oregon. Also in this video, I've got video footage to share with you guys of a helicopter that had a close call involving some sort of a UAP in the daytime sky. Video footage out of Jacksonville, Florida, sent in by Mike V. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Candace out of northern Utah. Check that out. Lightning surrounding this tall fracking well in northern Utah. What an ominous looking sky. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. All quiet with the exception of a couple of small M-class solar flares in the last 24 hours. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, you can see some active regions and sunspots that are currently facing the Earth. And this active region right here has sunspots that are primed for X-class solar flares, harboring beta-gamma delta magnetics. So we'll have to keep an eye on that region right there. Could see some X-flare activity coming from that location anytime. Checking in on the Schumann resonance, all quiet the last 72 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. Looks about the same today as it did yesterday. A little bit of magma intrusion down here at the Moose Creek East entrance and the Hawks Rest. Up here at the northeastern entrance, seeing a little bit of earthquake activity and some earthquake activity up here at Mammoth Vault. But other than that, nothing major going on at the supervolcano caldera. I wanted to touch base on something that was sent to me via email regarding this video that's been making the rounds. It was sent in by RJ. He goes on to say, "Hi, Michael. This video, short, appeared on YouTube this morning." This was a couple of days ago. "Trying to determine if it's the real thing, if it's at Yellowstone, or if it's a fake." Well, it's not a fake. It's just not at Yellowstone. This was out in the West Virginia area. It is a real video, but it's just not at the Yellowstone supervolcano. Once again, looking at the power outage situation, the power outages in Oregon, not from inclement weather, from a recent aviation incident. Looking at 10,700 customers in West Virginia, currently without power. Also in this video, I have multiple videos to share with you guys of unique sky observations. I also have a video with fiery objects in the day and nighttime sky, and I put together a sky phenomena video that I'm going to share with you guys. But first, a UV update from Darren up in southern British Columbia in Abbotsford. He took this reading yesterday, almost 11 in Abbotsford, British Columbia, and those readings are a little high for Abbotsford, which is in southern British Columbia. Sometimes the UV is higher in southern British Columbia than it is out here in Phoenix. I'll be doing UV readings later on this week. This video here has narration. It was taken from right out here in Arizona from Dino looking towards the White Tank Mountains when he noticed this object in the evening sky. And I wanted to share this with you guys because the last 2 days I've shared videos of what looks like the same exact object that was apparently also spotted by Dino out here in Arizona. And here we go. This is unedited with the exception of I zoomed in on the right, the original video is on the left. It has narration by Dino. Here we go.
So I've been watching this white orb for about 15 minutes, and it's descending over the White Tank Mountains. It's not a planet. And at the rate that it's dropping below the power lines. So I'm watching each power line.
And as you can see, it almost appears to be rotating in place. And the power lines he's talking about over here on the left, you can see 1, 2, 3. Those are the power lines that he was talking about. So it looked to be fairly close, as if it was inside the atmosphere. Yet another mysterious white object in the sky, behaving the same as the objects that we saw just a couple of days ago from Texas, New Zealand. And here's yet another observation of what could be the same object from right out here in Arizona. And speaking of white objects, check out this video sent in by Mike V out of Jacksonville, Florida. Watch on the right-hand side of the screen. You're going to see an object enter the field of view and go right towards the helicopter. Not quite sure what that was, but that was a pretty close call. Some sort of a unidentified white object in the daytime sky above Jacksonville, Florida. Here it is in a inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light. I paused it right there. There's the object. Clearly not an airplane, helicopter. Didn't appear to be a balloon as it was moving too fast, and it had an unusual shape. Almost looked like it was egg-shaped or oval. But anyway, very close call involving unidentified object above Jacksonville, Florida. Speaking of objects, here's a couple of videos of fiery objects. One in the nighttime sky. This video was taken last night at 3:44 a.m. by Mark Smith. Not sure of the location as he didn't clarify where he took the video, but I'm assuming that this is some sort of a rocket launch. I did some research, and there was a rocket launch scheduled for 1:48 this morning. It may have been postponed as this video was taken at 3:44 in the morning. But here in just a couple of seconds, you're going to see the tail of this thing turn green, like a fireball meteorite when it enters the atmosphere. Look at the tail. See it turn green? And then it's going to very quickly disappear into the nighttime sky. And there it goes. Really cool video, once again, sent in by Mark from 3:44 this morning. Is this a daytime fireball? Video by Suzanne out of Oklahoma. This video has narration. It was taken on August 28th of 2024. Here we go.
Sorry, I can't keep it still. It's 20 times zoom. Way out there. You can obviously tell there's a light at the beginning. It doesn't look like any chemtrail we've seen, and it's short, and the whole thing is.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Wait, okay, I think it actually is though.
Very bright, fiery object spotted above Oklahoma. Look at the front of that thing. Almost looks like a bright meteorite traveling through the daytime sky with similarities to what Mark saw last night at 3:44 a.m. It's got the bright tip on the front, got a green tail. This one has a steady orange tail, but they're both about the same size. I wonder if they saw the same thing, just on a different day. Great videos, guys. Thanks for sharing. I also put together the sky phenomena video of various observations from various locations around the world, starting off over here in Bolton, United Kingdom. Photos sent in by Jen of what looks like a blue square in the evening sky. Check that out. These are modified formats of the original photo. She couldn't help but notice the multiple 90-degree angles in the sky. It just looked out of place compared to the other clouds in the sky above the United Kingdom. Check that out. What a bizarre photo coming out of Bolton, United Kingdom. Going down to St. Cloud, Florida, photo sent in by Kendra. Couldn't help but notice what looked like a big ship just sitting up in the sky with a rainbow shaft coming out of the bottom of that thing. Great catch by Kendra. Tessa out of the Netherlands looked up and saw this dark shelf cloud in the sky above their location. That was one ominous-looking sky going from the Netherlands to Kentucky. Christy couldn't help but notice this partial rainbow way off in the distance, very low to the ground, bright rainbow, but it wasn't a full rainbow like this one here by Sherry and JJ out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Low profile, Highly photogenic, double-decker rainbow out of Colorado Springs, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Lee spotted the same thing from his location. Virginia, Jody H. Notice this big double-decker rainbow. Going to Green Valley, Arizona, Lori Marino looked up and saw this highly photogenic, very tall double-decker rainbow with shadow beams in the middle. I mean, that was the total package right there. And going from Arizona to Wichita, Kansas, Michelle the Dandelion couldn't help but notice what looked like a serpent or something in the sky at sunset. She looked off in the distance and saw that in the sky. That is unusual. How did something like that appear in the sky at sunset? Almost as unusual as these next photos of the moon sent in by Mach 9. Not sure of the location, but he looked up and saw these two parallel lines in the sky in the vicinity of the moon. Not sure of the location, as they didn't share the location. Great photos, though. Thanks for sharing. West Branch, Michigan. Photo sent in by Marcia of a perfect circle in the daytime sky. Doesn't look random. Looked like it was put there, obviously, with purpose. Didn't fit in with the rest of the clouds. Matthew out of Maine sent in these incredible photos, close-up views of the sun and big Earth-facing sunspots on the Earth-facing side of the sun. Cool photos out of Maine. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Going to Italy, this photo here looks like a square in the sky, similar to the square we just saw earlier, but this one here looks unique as it looks dimensional. See how it looks like you're looking into a window? Almost like you're looking into another dimension. How about that? What an amazing photo sent in by Hayden out of Italy. I don't know if that was at sunrise or sunset. Doesn't matter. That is super cool. Looks like we're looking out of the atmosphere into another dimension. Great photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.